Coming up on today's edition of Wildcat Weekly, wings, Wildcats you should know, and movie reviews. All this and much more coming up next. Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm Madiha Mirza. Sometimes it feels like there's an expectation to go on to college after high school. Andrew asked why some students chose a different path.
So I'm Matt Livingston, and I've been accepted into West Point in the United States Naval Academy. One of my friends, Brian Moranis, he actually graduated from NEQA in 2009. He kind of got me initially engaged to the service academies, and then kind of after I looked into them more and more, I realized they provided a great education as well as an opportunity to serve my country.
These two schools still function like a regular college or university.
They're normal schools where you get your degree, and but there's the military aspects focused on a lot more. Actually, you're paid while you're going to school, and then when you graduate, you have a 5-year commitment as an active duty officer in either the Army, if you graduate from West Point, or the Navy or the Marine Corps, if you graduate from Annapolis.
These aren't just any schools. You still have to go above and beyond to apply and eventually make it.
One is you need a recommendation to attend the military academies from either your congressman or senator. And additionally, there's a thorough physical test. It's a smaller weight on your application, but that's definitely a fixture of the application. And if there's any underclassmen that are interested in learning more about the academies, the application process, I'd love to talk to you.
Thank you to all students who choose to take this path with their lives. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Andrew Heitzman.
Do you want to win a year's supply of TCBY? Joy checks out how you can enter this contest.
Are you a writer looking to get your voice heard? Well, the MV Echo is holding a contest for you to do just that.
So for the contest, you need to write a 300 to 500 word article that is argumentative and relevant to the student body. And the winner will be featured on the online edition of the Echo and the print edition of the Echo, and the runners-up will get into just the online edition.
It's really just to get your voice heard. I mean, a lot of people have something they want to say and they can never really speak it out, but there's really a good chance for us to hear what other people think that aren't in a part of the class, and hopefully they'll think about it and do it next year, just so we can have more of those awesome thoughts.
The purpose is to really get involved with the student body and get the student body's opinions out there. Criteria for this content is for it to be 300 to 500 words long. It has to be argumentative, opinionated, have a point, and it has to be relevant to the student body. This contest goes till March 28th, with the winner being announced April 11th. Students can enter the contest by going to nvecho.org, and then there should be a submission form at the top of the page. And the grand prize winner will get a year's worth of TCBY frozen yogurt, which is awesome. And then the runners-up get either a gift card to Jets or TCBY, you pick.
Be sure to submit your piece at www.nvecho.org before March 28th. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Joy Montagano.
These Wildcats have worked very hard to get to where they are. Josh finds out more on Wildcats you should know.
Jack Shanahan and Don Plus have made it to the tryouts for the World Ultimate Junior Club team. They've put a lot of work into this achievement.
I've been playing for 4 years, so throughout the 4 years you just build up your skills and you go to practice like any other sport. We do off-season lifting, we come to NEQA and lift in the weight room, and it's a lot of time and dedication put into it, and a lot of fitness training, camps during the summer, leagues in the fall and winter, and just putting your heart and soul into what you love.
Yeah, pretty much just whole year round, just having fun with a bunch of friends, but still working hard because you're trying to get better, and it's all just amounted to this one point where we are at now, just at our pinnacle of our game. So we're getting a really good opportunity from all this good hard work.
The whole entire nation, Jack and Dom are considered to be 100 best players in the nation, and they hope to prove this at tryouts.
So basically, Dom and I applied and were chosen to go to the tryouts. I'm going to the one in Atlanta, and Dom's going to the one in Seattle. Yeah. And so we're going to go there and do our best to represent NEQA and hopefully end up making the team to represent the USA.
For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Joshua Vita.
Bone or boneless, mild or spicy, Jessica and Logan take a look at a new wing joint that is sure to be a crowd pleaser.
From starting on the University of Florida's college campus to serving wing enthusiasts all over the country, Wing Zone has now become one of Chicagoland's favorite wing joints. Locally, Wing Zone has continued its franchising in Bolingbrook.
I like coming to Wing Zone because it's right by my house and they got some really good wings. My favorite is going to be honey barbecue. It's pretty good, and they also deliver, so you don't see a lot of wing places doing that out there. It's pretty good.
Wing Zone has a variety of different flavors, ranging from mild to spicy. We tried the Honey Q, which is slathered in sweet honey and smoky barbecue sauce, as well as the Asian-influenced Sweet Samurai, which is glazed with honey, ginger, and teriyaki flavor. Come on out to Wing Zone and enjoy some unique and delicious wings.
For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Logan White.
Fast cars and teen novels. Joey returns to check out what's new at the movies.
If you're willing to turn your brain off for just a few hours, you may find some things to like in Need for Speed. Phone.
He's really the only guy who watches a lot of movies, so he needs some.
What's up, Wildcats? This is Joey with your update on what's new at the movies, and this week, we'll be taking a look at Need for Speed. So if you've seen any action movie over the past decade, you probably know what to expect when it comes to Need for Speed's story. It's incredibly stupid. That being said, if you're willing to turn your brain off for just a few hours, you may find something to like in Need for Speed. The action scenes for the most part are incredibly thrilling. The director decided to use real-life stunts rather than CGI, and they feel more intense than they normally would. Additionally, there are some moments of humor that work quite well, and the acting is serviceable. If you're looking for some fun escapist entertainment, you could do a lot worse than Need for Speed. And that's why I'm giving it 3 out of 5 ticket stubs. So the young adult novel Divergent, our One Book, One School from last year, has a film adaptation opening today. In honor of its release, I decided to take a look at some of the most popular young adult books turned into movies over the past few years. In 2010, Percy Jackson and the Olympians: The Lightning Thief was released. While the casting was pretty good and the action scenes were pretty fun, the disappointing script did make for a film that was under par. In 2012, The Hunger Games was released. The solid casting and consistent direction made it live up to the book. And finally, one of the most popular entertainment franchises of all time came to an emotionally satisfying and action-packed conclusion with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Well, that's what's new at the movies. Thanks for tuning in, and for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Joey Traverso.
He's really the only guy who watches a lot of movies, so he needs some.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Wildcat Weekly. Have a fantastic weekend.